Had to be educated on who the prop comic Gallagher was.
Oh,
yeah, no idea.
Okay.
No idea. I guess I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
But maybe you can educate me on, do you expect the Cowboys to build off their win over the Vikings?
Yes, I expect them to continue to build, to continue to chop wood and smash watermelons all around. As I continue to educate Emmanuel Acho from Dallas, Texas, about his team, the Dallas Cowboys. Can you just talk to America quickly about your flip-flop, about your bowl of crow that you've been eating for breakfast this entire week with Zeke spoon? Feed me. Feed me. Can you talk to America real quick about
Sir,
that?
there is no bowl of crow that I've been eating. This is what happened, Marcellus.
A lot of hand talking.
In October, I said that the Cowboys would be better with Andy Dalton over Dak. Andy Dalton lost to the Cardinals. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not so arrogant that I'm going to stay stuck in my lost ways.
Anti-arrogance, huh?
I'm not arrogant. So then I said, I apologize. But then, Marcellus, what happened? Delayed gratification. Andy Dalton showed me who he was. He showed you who you knew he was. And Andy Dalton and the Cowboys have continued to roll. That, to me, does not sound like eating crow. It sounds like eating humility.
Well,
that sounds like eating humbleness.
Yeah, yes. One thing human beings are great at are justification. No matter what the issue is, no matter what the actions are, there's a story that always makes you feel good. You're the star in your own movie in your head. I get it, Acho. But over here on this set, I've been correct about these Cowboys, and it's good to see that the momentum is building because they're trying to get the last laugh. What's the last laugh in the NFC least? Oh, actually win this sorry division with 6 wins. 7 wins is a guarantee you're going to win this division. 6 you may skate by, and I can see the Cowboys doing that. They have the second easiest remaining schedule. Only one winning record left, and that's Baltimore, which, being real, is kind of fading a little up and down here and there. We saw that Patriots game. So when you let Zeke eat from the same bowl of crow that you're eating from, you let Zeke eat. All of a sudden, you see Zeke finally get 100 yards. This is a team that needs to feed Zeke. And I've had my issues with Zeke, trust me. But when he has 20 or more carries this year, amazing, they're 2-1 with Zeke this year if he gets 20-plus carries. Have a 73 win percentage all time with Zeke getting 20-plus carries. So in my first lap, I'm just looking at a team that's coming together. In this project of creating a team and team-building exercise, I'm starting to see the offensive line gel together. Despite them having all the injuries and the shifting carousel of players, only allowed 1 sack last week. And they had allowed 12 sacks over the previous 3 games combined. I'm starting to see it. Zeke is eating. Zeke is getting fed. Andy Dalton goes out there, launches 3 touchdowns. All of it's coming together. As I told you, Acho, thank you for listening, and thank you for eating your crow. You get mad at me a little bit. Admit it. You get mad.
Don't thank me for something that I'm not saying.
Sorry. You're welcome, Moana. Whatever you want.
Look, bro, I think the Cowboys can build off of this, but I do not expect them to.
Because?
So many reasons. Let's talk about what the Cowboys did well. They threw the ball incredibly efficiently. Andy Dalton, 22 for 32, 3 touchdown passes. He played a very clean game outside of that 1 interception that he threw. But who was he playing? The 26th ranked pass defense. Remember, Marcellus, you have to quantify accomplishments by who you accomplished it against. That's where we are in the season. 26th ranked pass defense, that was the Minnesota Vikings. The Cowboys, they did a pretty good job protecting Andy Dalton. But where do the Vikings rank in sacks? 19th overall. Again, America, you have to quantify your accomplishments by who you accomplished them against. So now when I look at the Washington football team, they rank 3rd in sacks to the Vikings 19th. They rank 1st in pass defense to the Vikings 26th. I cannot be convinced that Andy Dalton will have the same performance. Why? Because against the Cardinals, slightly better than the Vikings, but not as good as Washington in pass defense. Andy Dalton, 34 for 54, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Marcellus, I'm not a huge rap head. I didn't grow up on a ton of hip-hop, but I do remember one song. Won't the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Please stand up.
Please stand. Won't the real Andy Dalton please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. I don't know Andy Dalton. Are you the 1 touchdown, 2 interception guy that came up against the Arizona Cardinals? Are you the 3 touchdown, 1 interception quarterback that was playing against the Minnesota Vikings? I just have one question. Will the real Andy Dalton please stand up?
Oh, well, I don't know how high he needs to stand and how much he needs to stretch when he could just extend his hand out to Zeke. Why stand up so much?
It's a good take,
Hand
sir.
it to Zeke with this offensive line that looked better than it's looked since the carousel started around week 2. Let's talk about this defense that's going to actually balance out this passing attack, this offensive attack. With a defense that I told you a few weeks ago was starting to trend in the right direction. I heard laughter like I was at a comedy show. Now, all of a sudden, you're starting to see the numbers come in those last 3 games. 96 rushing yards per game versus 178 given up in the first 7 games. Look at, drastically playing much better on the defensive side. 6 takeaways over the last 3 games, just 3 takeaways in the first 7 games. These Nuggets are killing you, big dog. Let's talk about what this team looks like in terms of its confidence, in terms of its mojo, its moxie. When you lose your leader, when you lose a Dak Prescott, and you don't know which way is up, and you can't score anymore, and they went through that drought. And then what did we see? How many points did they score against Minnesota? 31 points on Sunday. When they had scored 31 points in the 3 previous games combined, all of a sudden, bam, they nail it in. You could call it corny, them over there taking sledgehammers to watermelons. You could call it corny, whatever Mike McCarthy does in terms of messaging and cultivating this team's confidence. But was it corny, Acho, I ask you, when Mike McCarthy, the night before in the Super Bowl, playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers when he was the Green Bay Packers coach, told every player, put your fingers out, put your ring fingers out. Let's size them up. Why are we sizing them up, Coach? Because tomorrow, baby, we're going to get our rings. And they went out there and handled business. To me, the same parallel that you can't Google about Gallagher is the same thing I know about intel about this team. They are getting the proper messaging from their Super Bowl champion coach and Mike McCarthy.
First off, most players don't wear rings on their ring fingers, so that's not wise. We wear wedding rings, not Super Bowl rings.
Well, I ain't got one. All I know.
Back to back.
All I know.
Where your priorities
Where your ring at,
I would show that. I would hope that the priorities lie in your significant other. Okay, not a game.
We in the league, though. Chill.
Now, look, big dog, the other reason I am very concerned, and I do not think that the Cowboys will, I'm not convinced that they'll build off the win. I know they can. I'm not convinced that they will, is because the statistics that you're showing me, a little bit of selection bias.
Oh!
Selection bias, what does that mean? It's when analysis is not in a proper randomization, so it doesn't actually achieve the statistic you're trying to show. You told me that Zeke and the Cowboys, they are 2-1 when Zeke carries the ball more than 20 times. Yeah. How come you only have a 3-game sample when the Cowboys have played 10, 11 games? Oh, because Zeke can't carry the ball 20 times because he doesn't do much with the ball when he does carry it. Zeke is 5th in the NFL in rushing attempts. That means only 4 players run the ball more often than Zeke. But Zeke is 36th in the NFL in yards per attempt. That means 35 players run the ball more effectively than Zeke. Marcellus, if you want to sit here and say, okay, Zeke, you did it. Hip, hip, hooray. But I can't trust that you will do it again. But now let's get into the nuances of the game, because if I was up here with, some average Joe, who didn't play in the league, then I wouldn't be able to go here. But I'm going to go there with you. It's a short week. On a short weeks, if you play, because I had to play on Thanksgiving back-to-back weeks. You also obviously did. You played the Cowboys, played football. On a short week, you play on Sunday. But if you got to play on Thursday, on Monday, you don't have off. You're walking through. Tuesday, it's another walkthrough. Wednesday, you're traveling if you have to play on the road, or if you're in Dallas, walk through early, and then you're chilling. So what does that mean, Marcellus? You don't have time to digest the last win. Typically, when you win 24 hours, celebrate it, mourn it, put it behind you. But now if you're the Cowboys and you celebrate for your 24 hours, you just missed 24% of the game. Marcellus, what is the biggest issue with the Dallas Cowboys? It's not talent. It's ego and work ethic. We know that. The biggest issue is not talent for the Cowboys. Zeke came out here and said, this is the most talented team we've ever had. But what happened? Xavier Woods, you can't expect us to run to the ball on every play.
Chill.
That's what Xavier Woods said.
He told the truth, though.
He did.
He told too much truth.
What else happened? Jalen Smith, not running to the ball on every play. The issue with the Cowboys is about egos. It's never been about talent. So you telling me you just had the biggest win of the season, and you don't think that's going to play a factor on a short week? Dive into the details, Marcellus. Don't be a lazy analyst. You get paid too much. I seen your checks.
Can't argue that last point. I get paid handsomely, damn it, to look this ugly. Here's the thing. I don't know about all this celebration that you're talking about. Maybe you're projecting because you don't supposed to celebrate in a pandemic. Gracia madre. Did I say that out loud? Do I get texts from Acho in them streets? Dog, I got satellites all around. As soon as you land in LAX, I know what's cracking, homie. And then you out there in these streets celebrating. What are you celebrating? A good show? What the hell are you doing? But now the Cowboys got to celebrate the big Minnesota win. God. That's not how they play this game. Their issue is not just ego. It's not just work ethic. It's, we don't have our starting quarterback. Who else is out there saying we're killing it without our starting quarterback? Like, that's a part of the struggle, if not a grand part of the struggle. I look at the Cowboys simply as this. This is a team that has taken all the punches, not only internally, externally from their opponents, but the fans and the media. I played for the Cowboys. You live in Dallas. You get it. It's heavier out there. The grandness of just being a Cowboy with the star on your helmet. Everybody's trying to light you up. And they survived it. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And this is the part of the season where the strong will go out there and do their damage.